Here we go. Q&A time. I love
Mhm.
the Q&A. Honestly, I love them. Guys, thank you very, very much again for getting all the questions in. Without you, this wouldn't work, would it? Because we'd have no questions. So really appreciate it. We are going to try and answer as many questions as possible in about 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes. Before that, though, as you guys know, we always start the Q&A with a bit of chit-chat.
Mhm.
Liverpool versus Arsenal. Also, Liverpool players on the beach, clearly.
Oh man. Well, do you know what? When they came out in the second half, Arsenal, even before they scored, I was like, they're going to peg this back. They just had that urgency about them in that second half. So I wasn't
Mm.
surprised they pegged it back. When Liverpool, I forget who it was who scored last minute, but it's obviously disallowed for a
Andy
foul. Was it
Robertson.
actually Andy Robertson? Because he was on side, but then it was
Yeah.
pulled back for legit foul, by the way. That was just the perfect ending. Like, you've played Arsenal twice this season, both of them have been 2-2 draws, and they've both been absolute classics.
Yeah,
Belted.
it's difficult. You got one team that's won the title, and you got a team that's now trying to stay in second place, just to make
Yeah.
sure that Champions League qualification without a playoff is secure. So, one's got hunger, one's like, yeah. Like I saw that Arne Slot is in bloody Ibiza. The players
Yeah.
are in Dubai. Everyone's on a boat just drinking and having fun. So their job's done. Whereas Arsenal still got a bit to
Well,
do.
I think City drawn to Southampton. I mean, that's just, I don't know how, I still can't believe that. I think that's made life a little bit easier for Arsenal. They don't have to worry
Yeah,
about you're drawn with Southampton, they'll all your City. That's just, yeah.
indeed. Hey, dude. Away from football, have you watched Mobland yet?
No, I haven't got round to.
What
You
the
know what? I
hell?
keep seeing YouTube. This is how bad it is.
Are
YouTube
you
has
are
recommended
you
me trailer.
crazy, dude? It's like I'm almost upset that I've watched all 7 episodes. Like, it brings out an episode every Sunday, and what I like is it doesn't give you all the episodes. It kind of just drips them, if you like. You're
Okay.
so lucky you've not watched it because you have something special to sit down and watch. I might start watching it all again. That's how good I think it is. I think
I will
it's
watch an
crazy.
episode tonight then, and I'll have a
Yeah,
chat with you about the first episode. And if I don't like it, I expect a new host, a new co-host. If I don't like it,
yeah, I'll get rid of you. No problem.
there you go.
There you go, dude.
So I'm
You
gonna be
you will
saying
like
it.
it.
I'm gonna be making sure I like this.
Yeah, exactly. No. You will like it 100%. All right, I'm gonna get straight into this.
Okay, let's
First
roll.
question is from I think waffles are great. Says Ade Gman, brilliant show. Do you ever look at the journey you both have been on and think I miss the old simple days? Yes,
Yes.
I do. I do
Oh,
100%. I miss just the idea of, and look, I'm touching wood here because I don't want to sort of jinx myself, but I do sometimes miss the idea of going to Islington Council, having a drink after work. I used to play a bit of tennis after work. I just miss all that. And then just watching boxing as a fan. So not doing any YouTube, nothing, just watching it as a fan, feet up, and not having to comment on a video or make a video, let alone all the broadcast and stuff. So yeah, sometimes I do miss it, but I also realize I'm fortunate.
I can't remember the last time I watched boxing just as a fan. That's how long I've been doing this and how used to it I am. Um, when I was growing up, my best friend and me, we used to finish work every day, and we both could drive, but we would just go for spins for hours on end, and they were some of the funnest times I ever had, and simple and carefree. Do I miss that? Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, I think if you had told me then you'd be living in London doing like boxing shows and stuff, I think like me at the time would have said, oh, I want that instead. So I look back and I
Yeah.
think it's great, but unfortunate at the same time.
Yeah, no, you're right. Like sometimes when I'm ringside, especially the big ones, when you're ringside at one of the big ones, and I mean the big ones like
Mm-hmm.
AJ Dubois, Fury Usyk, and you're there, and this is a seat that money can't buy, right? Because you're in a ring. Like, it's like this is just how lucky am I? And someone's flying you out there and putting you up in nice hotels, and you're getting paid to do that. So like, I don't want to sound ungrateful, but there are times when I just miss a 9 to 5, which is mental because when I had it, I hated it. But yeah, I hated it. Go on, next question.
I have one here from Jamie7, and he said, non-boxing questions. How do you relax away from boxing/work? Big advocate of mental and physical activity. Physical activity is one of the best. I love going to the gym. Most
Do you
days,
do you go
actually,
you go gym?
I do. I
How
do.
many days? How many days a week do you go gym?
I don't lift as heavy as you, but I do. Well, normally when I work from home, I go twice. I go on my lunch and then after, and then normally I go on a
Okay,
Saturday or a Sunday, Friday or a Saturday or a
okay,
Sunday. So I
okay.
get at least 3, 4 in.
Oh, that yeah, a week, yeah.
Yeah, I don't lift as
Okay,
heavy as
cool.
you, so
No,
we're
no, no.
not
I
going to
don't lift
bench. We're
heavy.
not going to bench that.
Those heavy lifting days are gone. They're behind me. As you know, I'm like mid-40s now. But yeah, for me to answer the question, it's 100% going to the gym. Like if I don't go gym 5, 6 days a week, I feel like something's wrong. I
Mhm.
will wake up, I will have a banana, go gym, and then I'll come back, maybe
Yeah.
do a YouTube video. And when I'm in the gym, I've got my headphones on. I barely talk to people, and it helps me with my, as you say, mental. And yes, there's a physical side to it. I do want to look good. I want to feel good, but more mental up here. But I feel like I need to find more things because work consumes me so much that I feel like I just can't stop. Like I've got so many
Mm.
ideas. Like, oh, me and G-Man are going to do this. We're going to do that. And I just need to stop sometimes. So maybe I need to find something else as well. I used to go for long walks. I don't really do that much, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah, when I was younger, I used to play a lot of games. I don't play any games nowadays, really. So that was something I used to do. Whereas I think now it's funny you said that. I've started walking around Queen Elizabeth Park here, and it's really nice. I've
Mm,
been doing that most evenings. So there's something else, going for a walk.
yeah, no, that's good. That's a really good one. Um, what's this? All right, Hatman's evil twin says, "Love the show, best around. Would either of you do shows on other sports that you both know?" Yeah, I'm adding football to this channel in the next few weeks. Me and Rory Jennings are going to do some stuff, and other people as well. I'm doing a show. I've got like guys. That's basically kind of what I was saying in my last question. I've got so many ideas. Like I said, me and Rory Jennings. That's not even over the line yet. Just something I'm thinking about. So yeah, I would like to do a bit of basketball as well, but it's just how many bloody fucking things can I do? Right? How many things? But definitely football. I definitely want to talk some football because I love football.
Yeah, football is one of the top 3 sports for me as well. I think boxing
Mm,
is always going to be my main one. But man,
yeah.
I love football. I could watch, and I have done it many times. Just like on Boxing Day, all the games, like I'll just sit and watch it for hours on end, different game, whoever.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, go on. Your question.
I've got Frog 1992. Hey guys, if you could walk in the shoes of anyone alive or throughout history for one day, who would it be and why? Wow, that's an
If you
interesting one,
could
isn't it?
walk in the shadows.
In the shoes of anyone alive.
Oh, in the shoes. Okay, of
Yeah, in
anyone.
the shoes. Yeah.
I would mine would have to be the president of the United States of America. I am so intrigued as to what really goes on in the Oval Office. Does the
Oh
president
yeah.
really run the world? Are there fucking aliens? I mean, like, I'd love to just be a fucking fly on the wall as to some of the conversations that happen because they must be just mind-boggling. Like, what's going on with Israel and Palestine, Ukraine war, Russia? Like, oh my god, Homeland Security. Yeah, so for me, it would be to walk in the shoes of the president of the United States of America.
That's interesting. For me, I'm gonna say, and again, I love history. I'd love to walk in the shoes of an old kingdom pharaoh. Doesn't have to be anyone, but an old kingdom pharaoh to see the sites when they're perfectly fresh and preserved, like when they're new
Mm,
almost, and just see like, whoa, this is what you saw every single day. That would be
okay.
epic. That would be epic.
Yeah. You love your history, don't you?
I do, man. Like I
Yeah.
one thing going back to the last question, hobbies. I love going to some of the sites here. I've been Tower, I've been St. Paul's, I've been Westminster, I've been loads of places. I just love going to see the sites and just going in and saying, right, I've been there, and I love them, man.
Yeah, I do that thing. And when I used to work for Islington Council, I used to walk around. Islington's got so many nice little streets, little sort of back alley streets that you wouldn't really go down, right? But I used to walk around at lunchtime and just look at some of the old houses. Like, the really old houses and just how
Yeah,
beautiful they are. Big Victoria Bay windows and just all the old features still there. That's why I hate new builds. I just
I don't
despise
have. They're
them.
not the same.
No, that's why I've always, and you know this, you've been to 3 of my houses, right? Not that I have 3 houses, guys. The houses that I rent, G-Man's been to, and they're all kind of warehousey style properties, all of them, aren't they? So that's clearly something I like. All right, here we go. This is Richard the Fourth. Says, love the videos, boys. I'm 25. How do you find the motivation to keep this going at 25? I can't work near as hard.
Yeah, I think if you set a goal in your head of what you want to do, and you genuinely, hand on your heart, believe you'll get it, you'll work at it. Like, I mean, I still don't think I've arrived, and I know I haven't, and maybe I never will, in terms of being content with what I want to do. But there's so much more I want to do, and I know I'm not going to get there sitting on my ass all day. So we only talked about it backstage. It's like, you do a video every day. I do a video every day because I want to keep growing. I want to keep getting my name out there. I want people to say, well, God, he's nothing if not persistent. So for me, it just and the thing is, when you do that, it just becomes a way of life. Like, for me, it's like, wake up, turn my laptop on, go to work, break time, go gym, do a video, finish work, do a video, everything. That's just my life now, pretty much.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's a great answer. And I always applaud. Sometimes I take the piss out of G-Man, I rib him a little bit, but I always applaud the fact that I go onto his page, and sometimes there are 4 videos in one day. And I remember when I first started speaking to G-Man, I was like, you've got to be consistent. You've got to put videos out. And he's kept that drive going, which is honestly incredible. I think for me, I just remember being broke, like dead broke. Like, I've got a plaque just over there, £38, 23, which I always keep in iShot. And that kind of motivates me, because I feel like as quick as this has come, it could also go quick as well. And I've got targets. The YouTube is 100,000 subscribers, and I want to host the World Cup. And again, like G-Man says, those things aren't just going to come to me. I've got to work for them. Like, sitting on your ass. No one's going to say, here, Ade, here's the World Cup, and here's your 100,000 subscriber plaque. No. I've got to work on it. So, yes, it's not being broke. It's having the ability to help my mum financially. Like, I pay all my mum's bills, which is so important to me. And it's about, treating myself to nice things as well, whether it be a holiday, whether it be a nice watch, car, whatever. So yeah, you'll get it, Richard, but trust me, because when I was 25, I had just left the homeless hostel, or I think I was 1 year into my flat. So I had no motivation. So you'll get your motivation. It takes time.
It does. I only just started my YouTube channel when I was 25.
There you go.
Oliver Poshum 1290 says, hey, Ade and G-Man, little game for you. Build your ultimate boxer. Pick one of each of the following traits: jab, power, speed, defense, chin, footwork, ring IQ, heart grit, stamina, and personality. No repeats. Each trait must be from a different boxer. Greetings.
That's a tough one, isn't it? Jesus Christ, that's a long question.
So let's there's 10 of them all together, right? So start.
That's too many.
Your boxer. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we can knock out. Okay, let's knock ring IQ. Let's knock personality and stamina out, and say heart. So we're just going to go jab, power, speed, defense, chin, footwork.
Okay. Jab, Larry Holmes.
Okay, they can't match. So I'm going to say Vladimir Klitschko.
Great jab.
Great jab.
Yeah, great jab. All right.
Power. I'm gonna say George Foreman.
I'm gonna go Mike Tyson.
Okay. All right. Okay. To each his own.
I can't go George, can I? You just picked him.
I know.
I would have picked George all day long, but you picked George, so I had to go Mike.
Okay. In terms of speed, I'll let you have this one.
Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, thank God. Roy Jones.
Okay.
Yeah. Defense.
Pernell Whitaker.
I'll let you have it. Really? I used to say Floyd.
Yeah, Sweet Pea. Both of them. Really, both good, but Pernell Whitaker was incredible. Yeah.
All right. The next one is chin.
Gennady Golovkin.
Even though he wasn't great, Oliver McCall.
Okay. Yeah, no, that boy had a chin.
You ain't dropping him.
Yeah. Good luck. You could hit that guy with a sledgehammer. Great shot.
Last one, footwork.
Vasily Lomachenko.
Yeah.
There can't be a boxer in history that has better feet than Vasily Lomachenko. I can't think of one.
I'm going to say Chocolatito, because his feet in his prime, his footwork was amazing. So we can't use the same. I'm going to say Chocolatito.
What were the other three things?
Ring IQ.
Let's do these. Now we're in the go. Let's do these.
Okay.
I'm
gonna say Usyk for ring IQ.
I'm gonna say Floyd.
I thought they can't. I thought each trait must come from different boxers.
I didn't use Floyd.
I said Floyd.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah,
I didn't use Floyd. Yeah, I didn't use Floyd. Yeah, Floyd.
Damn it. Hart. Arturo Gatti. You just won't get any more Hart than Arturo Gatti.
Yeah, it's a good shout. I want to go a bit rogue. This is random. Derek Chisora.
Oh man, yeah.
You'd have to. You have to kill him. You have to kill him. Fight anyone, you have to kill him. Yeah.
All right. The last one is stamina. Stamina.
I'm thinking of a fighter that's had like just 12 rounds in their sleep.
Carl 15 rounders. Or 15 rounders.
Yeah. Or 15 rounders. Yeah, it's a good shout. I'm gonna go Carl Froch stamina. Every time I see Carl, just seems to just keep going. Like 12 rounder after 12 rounder after 12 rounder after 12 rounder. Punches and bunches. Madman.
Yeah, I mean, Carl Froch could do 12 rounds like they were going out of fashion. Like they were, and he would not stop punching. That's a tricky one for me. I'm gonna go and say in his prime Holyfield. Because he had good stamina.
Okay. Didn't he have a heart problem?
He did. I wonder, but I don't necessarily think that was from stamina.
No, that was from other bits and bobs. Yeah. All right. The CSI baby. By the way, that was a great question. A long one, but that was a great question.
That was long, but it was so good.
The CSI baby says, if you weren't doing the show with each other, which boxer would you both pick as your co-host? Mine would be Tony Bellew.
Who would I want to co-host with? For banter, Ryan Garcia.
Well, that show is going to last about a week.
Could you imagine me and Ryan Garcia doing a show together?
No.
Okay, the challenge is to see how long we get cancelled. Or how long it takes.
I think I give it a week. No, it's not cancelled. He wouldn't turn up.
Oh yeah, all right.
You're talking cancelled. You'll send him the Zoom link or whatever it is, and he just wouldn't even respond to it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Ryan Garcia be my pick.
Yeah. All right, go on.
I have one from Mr. Luke Partridge. He says, "Say my name and I appear. Can I ask, do you have an update on the live shows?"
I don't at the moment. I think that the reason I don't at the moment is twofold. Wait. Actually, are they talking about what I spoke about last week in terms of me doing a live show and Gman coming on as a guest potentially? Or they're talking about us doing stuff at some of the shows. If you're talking about, go on.
I was thinking he means like a live, as in like basically we're obviously doing this over StreamYard, but we're pre-recording it. I think he means live, as in instead of recording, just do it live. Like, hey people, what's the chat saying? That's what I'm interpreting.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
I mean, well, I guess all of those under that umbrella, they're all like a work in progress for all of them. I do. There's so much that we want to kind of get off the ground. I think the one thing that we're trying to do is stay consistent with these,
which we have done.
And then which we have done, right? Very, very consistent for the last 3 months or so. And then the other things will get added into it. But trust me, those things will get added into it in due time. I promise.
Okay, J World Sports News says, "Hi Andy and G-Man, it's a bit of a long one. Love the show, watch every episode. My question, I'm a huge boxing fan, but a huge rugby league fan, which is a big sport up here in the north of England. Have you guys ever watched rugby league and what do you think of it? To me, it's a real warrior combat sport like boxing, and like boxing, it's a real class workout sport, a true rebel sport that broke away from rugby union. Just curious if you've ever watched it or currently do."
I used to. There was a time when I used to watch it quite a lot. Wigan Warriors, Hull, Leeds. I used to watch it quite a bit. And the reason I used to watch it is because it used to be on Grandstand. On BBC One a lot. I don't watch it as much anymore, I have to admit. But I used to watch it quite a bit.
I remember watching Bradford, Leslie Vanicola was a big
Bradford.
name. He was a
Oh my
big
God, he
name
was
in the early
fantastic. Yeah,
2000s. Yeah, I remember
yeah.
him.
New
Um,
Zealander.
yeah, and he
Yeah.
actually ended up going, I think, to rugby union in the end. But I
Mm.
never really watched it after that. It's different. It's faster paced because you're only allowed 5 downs and you have to turn it over. But rugby for me has never been a sport I've really, which is weird because Ireland, it's probably like our main sport. I've never really got into it. Like if it's on like in a bar or something, I'll watch it, but never really watched it passionately.
Yeah, no, I used to watch a lot of rugby. Like my one of my biggest sporting heroes is Jonah Lomu. Like I was obsessed with Jonah Lomu, obviously the All Black that passed away. I'm going to say about 7, 8 years ago now. I used to be obsessed with him, but with regards to the codes, there used to be a lot of code switching from league. Wait, league's the one up north, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there used to be a lot of
Yeah.
code switching from league to union, like Jason Robinson, like from league to union, right? And there seemed to be, I feel like there seems to be a lack of investment in it at the moment, in terms of like really, I don't know. Like
I'm
sometimes in this country, I wonder, is there room enough for both codes sometimes?
I think like when I remember rugby league being in its peak, like you saw that more on Sky Sports, even in the news, than you did rugby
Yeah.
union. Like now,
Mm,
you barely ever see it. Like you
yeah.
genuinely do. If you go on Sky Sports News, they will hardly ever make a reference to it. But
Yeah, it's a
I
shame.
did watch it, and it was really interesting. It was so different. Like it's the same
So
sport, but it's
physical.
different.
Just
So
so
physical.
physical. Yeah.
And as you
All right.
said, Joanna Lomu was amazing.
He was. All right. A question
Incredible.
here from Alvo DJ4SI says, could Loma still compete at the top level if he becomes active again? 2-3 fights a year for the next couple of years. I don't
No,
know. I
I
want
don't
to
think so.
say yes. You don't think he can?
No, I don't
Wait.
think
You
so.
didn't say you don't think he can compete?
Oh, compete. I thought it was at a top level.
Yeah, compete at the top level. Yeah, compete at the top level.
I thought you meant not just
So
compete in
not
general.
win, not win. You don't think he can compete at the top level anymore?
No, I don't think so. I think maybe if he came back now this minute, you might give him a year, but I think that's it. And I think he's got one foot out the door. Like he's talked about maybe he's not going to come back. I
Yeah,
don't think so. And I love
yeah.
Loma. He's one of my favorites, but no, I think his time has been and gone. I
Yeah,
hope I'm wrong. Maybe I could be wrong, but I think it is.
yeah, history is not going to be kind to Loma. Those that were
That's the
lucky
problem.
to.
They'll
Sorry,
see
go
the
on.
Haney loss. They'll see the Lopez loss. They'll see the I can't remember the guy's name who we lost to first. It was in his
Oh,
second pro fight.
Salido.
Orlando Salido. And they'll be like, oh, he lost these 3 fights. Like, you don't understand what he was in his prime. Like, he was Lomachenko. People were quitting
Mm,
everywhere. They couldn't, and they weren't even taking beatings. They were just like, I can't, this guy is like an eel. I can't touch him. It was
yeah,
incredible.
yeah. I think he was just sensational. One of my favorite boxers of all time.
I love
Almost
them.
someone looked like he clocked the game, but was fighting out of his weight class. He's a 126 guy fighting guys that are
Really?
135, and they're just
Really?
too big. Too big. That was the problem. All right, last couple. What you got?
Womp Womp Fam says, look, hey, love the show. How do you think Sky Sports boxing progresses? Will Boxer get a new deal? If not, what's your next? What's your opinion? What's next in your opinion? Greetings from Switzerland. We have a few from Switzerland in here tonight.
Yeah,
What's
yeah. We're a
next for?
worldwide show.
We are. They all love us. They all love the boys. Um, I suspect Ben will stay with Sky Sports. If they don't, I think they'd be mad, and he might not want to go, but I think they'd be mad not to get Izzy Asif in from GBM because he's got a show on this Friday, and his shows are absolutely incredible, and he does them on the
No, no,
zone.
no.
I
But
think
are they incredible for Sky Sports viewers?
yeah,
I think. What are the big names he's got then? Because Sky Sports viewers will want to see big names. That's ultimately the issue. Like when you think of Sky Sports, although
mm-hmm.
DAZN has clearly eclipsed it in terms of boxing, Sky Sports pundits still think, okay, we should have the biggest names fighting on our platform. I think I think of recent, the answer is yes because you've got big names now. All of a sudden, Ben Whitaker's back. Vidal
Mm-hmm.
Riley's back. Chris Eubank Jr. is there. Fraser Clark won. So all of a sudden, where it looked like they were drowning a little bit, he's had 5 or 6 big results recently, and now all of a sudden they're back. So I think they'll stay for another
That is an
year
excellent
or
point,
two.
actually. That is an
Mm.
excellent point, actually. That is. I didn't. that is something I need to think about as well. I didn't think necessarily about that, but I think they will. I think Ben will probably stay on, as you say, another year or two, and then it wouldn't shock me if I think Ben, and I think a lot of these promoters are going to end up with the zone, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, yeah,
It's far from a
yeah,
bad
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's a good thing for
Yeah.
all of us.
Agreed. All right. Just looking. This one. Wait. I'm just trying to see one that we've not.
I've got an interesting one here.
Go on. Go ahead. What have you got?
Ryan James, Ade Gman, great show. Do you guys think boxers' purses should be made public? A bit cheeky, but would love to see the purse, for example, for Hatton versus Flint. Surely Hatton couldn't be getting paid more than a few grand for an area title rematch where he lost the first time out. They did do that in America at one stage for a while, but it hasn't happened in years since Showtime left, really, and HBO left.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, we always feel like we know what they get paid, like in most sports, right? Or Van Dijk signed a 400 grand a year, and no one really knows how much these people are getting paid. And I think fighters don't want to let the information out because of tax purposes. Like, they don't want, they do not want the tax man to know what they're getting paid.
Could you imagine?
Oh, dude, honestly, especially the money they get under the table. So there will be the money, like the UFC do it. The UFC let them know. So UFC kind of, because it's now obviously a company that's floated, they let you know what fighters are getting paid. I know for a fact fighters are getting paid more. So it's like, okay, we'll let you say you got paid that amount. We'll give you a little bit more. Don't worry, a little cream on top. So I don't think we'll ever truly know what fighters get paid. Very quickly on Hatton, where is he? Where's Hatton?
He's back with Ricky now, isn't he? Well, actually, no, he was with his uncle, then he was with Ben, now he's with Ricky again. He is still training. I have seen on Instagram he is in the gym, but I think he needs to take him along slowly. He's still only 23. He's a kid.
Yeah.
Take him slow.
Yeah, he's almost like when you see fighters reverse and want to fight amateur just to go back into the Olympics. We've seen a lot of pros do that.
No, he can't do that.
He almost seems he can't do that. But he almost seems like someone I'd rather just start again and go back to being an amateur. Like be an amateur for 2 years, because he does a lot of things wrong that I think would be fixed in the amateur.
Oh boy, a lot.
Yeah,
that was a good question. Actually,
that was a very good question. That was a very, very good question. All right, I'm just gonna see how long we've been going. All right, last one from me. You can maybe get one more up after if you want. This one's from Mayor Adam West. Thoughts on the state of football? Do you think football has taken a nosedive in quality and talent?
Well, there's certainly not as many ballers now as there used to be.
That's what it is. The more athletes.
Yes. I missed that. I preferred it when it was ballers like that. Pavel Nedved, Roberto Carlos was a back. He was a left back. He would run the run up he'd have for the free kick. He used to speak about loving being in that position as opposed to playing like attacking midfielder, because it gave him a chance to build up a head of steam. You never see that. Well, you do very selfish defenders, with that much of attack on them nowadays. And I miss that. I miss the ballers that we used to have back in the 2000s. And you're right, they're more athletic, but that's not necessarily a good thing in terms of, it's a great thing for the teams. They've got great players, and I know Trent's obviously leaving, but if you got a player as athletic as him back in, you'd be happy. But I missed the Iniestas, the Nedveds, the Zinedine Zidanes of the world, the ballers. I love that was the style I grew up with.
Yeah, that doesn't exist anymore. Now it's about stats. There's a footballer tick a box. It isn't the same anymore. And I agree. I miss I'm going to use your word, the ballers, the Ronaldinhos, the R9 Ronaldos, the Figos, etc. It's now become stat padding, assist, and goals, the assist before the assist, the XG, all that crap. And to answer your point, I think there are incredibly talented footballers, but I don't watch it as much as I used to, because I watch Liverpool as opposed to watching football. If a football match is on, I might flick it on because I know what I'm going to get. It's stale, it's boring, it's no heart, no adrenaline. It's just crap, to be honest with you, and that's a shame. That's a big shame.
Before I finish on that one, there was a time when there wasn't a league in Europe that you didn't want to watch. Now, unless your team is playing them, you're not going to want to watch them. Like, you are not going to watch a Serie A game, whereas back 20 years ago, you would want to watch a Serie A game.
Yeah, we'd watch all the Serie A games. That's just how it was.
Mhm.
That's how it was. All right, are we done?
I think we're done. I think, I think we've read through pretty much all the main ones. So I think we
Yeah,
got a
we
good
have.
half hour in.
We did. We got a good half an hour. I said 20 minutes, and I've gone 10 minutes over. Hey, don't say we don't do what we're supposed to do. All right, guys, girls, thank you very much. You know, everyone asked about this. So the Q&A, every Wednesday, I'll put it in the community tab. So it'll be a post in the community tab, and you have to leave your question in that community tab. A lot of people come up to me and say, how do I ask a question? That's how you ask a question. So every single Wednesday, just refresh it, just click on it. It will be there, no doubt, after midday, and then you'll get your question read out. We'll always try and read your question out. But from myself and from G-Man, until next time,
Peace.
we shall see you.